Oh, that is really good. Why haven't I followed the user manual before? What? Good morning! Welcome to this mini-series where I teach you about brewing your coffee manually. Now in this episode, I'm going to show you how to make coffee using the popular Aeropress. The Aeropress is probably my favorite manual brewing equipment because it's ingenious. As you can see, the numbers here and the label are not clear anymore. That's because I use it the most. Now the Aeropress is kind of a darling in the coffee world. There are Aeropress competitions that are conducted locally, regionally, or internationally. There is an international Aeropress championship, by the way. Now I am not surprised because when I first tasted coffee using the Aeropress, I fell in love with this manual brewing equipment. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make use or how to use the Aeropress based on the recommendation or based on the procedure described in its manual, in its user manual. Now, I don't have the weighing scale because we are going to follow the instruction manual, which basically tells you to get a scoop full of fine grind or medium fine grind coffee. But we have a thermometer because the user manual says you brew the coffee with 80 degrees Celsius temperature of water. Okay, so let that boil and let's set it up. I got the filter paper and then close this part. Alright, okay, and have it stand by on top of your cup. Okay, now you should make use of this grinder. This is a Hario manual grinder. So 1 scoop of fine grind coffee. Now I'm gonna approximate it first by scooping this whole bean. As I mentioned, I store well, the thing is I store my coffee as full beans. Okay, the water is boiling. I'm gonna stop this. Yes, although it takes time, I do grind my coffee just before I brew it. Now this is set to medium fine. The recommended coffee grind here is fine drip grind coffee. So this fine drip grind coffee, I would say it's medium fine because fine is usually reserved for like an espresso machine. Okay, so this is gonna take a bit long because this is definitely more than 10 grams of coffee. It's probably around 20. Okay, woo! Finally, okay, so this is the ground coffee. Yeah, it's kind of fine, right? So about medium fine. Okay, level it. So there it is. Now we have to check the temperature of the water. I think it's still a bit hot. I mean, hotter than recommended. This is still about 93 or 95 degrees. So I'm gonna cool it down a bit. Let's wait probably a couple of minutes. Now I feel bad for this. I don't want it to be exposed, you know, because when you grind coffee, some of its components, like the more volatile components, would evaporate or would sublimate or whatever. And so that kind of reduces the flavor of the coffee. And that's also the reason why it's better to store your coffee whole bean instead of pre-ground. Okay, so it's now cooled to about 82-ish degrees Celsius. So I think that would be fine because there will be heat loss when I drop it there, right? So as you can see, there are other components for making the Aeropress. So there's like a whole assembly for the Aeropress. So the scoop you showed earlier, so this is the cylinder, and then this is like piston, and it also has its own stirrer. See? Now I didn't make use of this funnel, but yeah, when you're transferring the coffee from your coffee, basically you can rub it like so. So I didn't do it earlier. Okay, so according to the manual, I put hot water. This is about 80 degrees of hot water now. 80 degrees Celsius of hot water now. So I put hot water up to number 2, level number 2. There. And then I stir it for about 10 seconds. So, yeah. About 10 seconds of stirring. Okay. So it's a combination of gravity at the beginning of brewing, because obviously some of the water will go now. And then you make use of this piston. So they call it the plunger. Yeah. Then you press it for 20 seconds to 60 seconds. So it depends. Okay. So it's kind of like making a shot. So this is like a shot of Aeropress. I added water only up to level number 2, and that's not a lot. So you expect like a concentrated shot of coffee, similar to an espresso shot. Now let's taste it. Actually, I haven't been using Aeropress the way it is recommended in the user manual. I make use of it based on what I learned from the Barista Academy, which is again 10 grams of coffee, 180 grams of water, and then and also I adjust the amount of coffee, obviously, because I want my drink to be stronger, and I'm gonna show it to you in another episode. So, alright, this is my coffee for this morning, the Aeropress, a concentrated drink of Aeropress coffee based on the user manual. Cheers. Good morning. Oh, that is really good. Why haven't I followed the user manual before? What? Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, 80 degrees Celsius. And a concentrated shot, basically. Wow, that is so good.